Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tech with Ears podcast. I am your host, Iro Nkechi Omolola. And today's episode is with Valeriia on importance of collaboration between the QA and the development teams. Valeriia is a QA engineer with over 6 years of experience, mostly in the field of 3D computer graphics software. She has developed her own project as a software engineer and also go back into QA engineering. Currently, she's a freelancer and a UK Global Talent Visa holder. She she dreams of developing her own business in animation. During her own spare time, she runs a YouTube channel about freelance switching to digital business and share her productivity hacks. So you can go check her out on YouTube, Valeriia on YouTube. Yes, and I will bring in our guests on stage now.
Hi everyone. Thank
Hi, Valeriia.
thank you for having me today with
It's
you.
good to have you. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. We're trying our best to be good. Anyways, so today's episode is going to definitely be an interesting one because we have you on our show for today, our episode. Yes, so importance of collaboration between the QA and the development teams. Before we delve into it proper, could you just kind of share experience into how you started your QA journey? Like, and why QA? What prompted you to choose QA out of all tech skill majorly?
Yeah, sure. I started working as a QA engineer more than 6 years ago, but I don't have any technical background because my major is in linguistics. But I couldn't find a job after the university, and I decided to try something new, and that's why I applied to offline course. Of the software test, and then I also entered the university to get my second diploma in software testing, because as I said, I was a bit worried that I don't have any technical background. And soon after this offline course completed, I was invited to pass the interview to the same company, and they assigned me to their projects. They hired me, and I started working as a Q engineer. That was my first company, but that was an outsourcing company. And soon after that, I started looking for something new, and my husband and I moved to another city, and I found a very good job. I got a job offer from them. This was the company that developed 3D scanning software for scanning itself and for post processing the captured data. And it sounded for me so interesting and so highly scientific that I was very happy to get this offer. I accepted it and started working with them. This was the company that I worked in for the longest periods of time. I had a small gap between working in this company because currently I'm a freelancer, and my main project is again within this company as a Q engineer. But also in the middle of my career path, I spent like a year working for a startup company that developed graphic design platforms with 2D and 3D supports, animation and design. And that was really challenging job for me because I was hired as the first and sole QA, where I had to set up all the processes from scratch, including the collaboration processes between QA engineering, developers, analysts, designers. So that was very tricky, but anyway, very good experience of acquiring leadership and managing skills as well. And yeah, as I said, now I'm freelancer. Yeah, working for the 3D computer graphics industry.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Um, Thank you for sharing a brief experience on how your journey was. Before we dive into questions, yeah, what do you do for fun as a QA person, as a QA engineer? What do you do for fun? That's not like tech basically. What do you enjoy doing for fun?
Yeah, it's not only the tech industry, the whole my life, but also I enjoy traveling. I'm a digital nomad. I've visited a lot of countries for the last 2 years and even before that. So traveling is something that gets me inspired, gives me some another view of this world, of the different cultures. And besides traveling, I am fond of 2D animation and motion design. I take some online courses just for me, and sometimes I do some logo designs for my small first clients. But anyway, like a side hustle. So yeah, I also love reading books in English. And yeah, I think these are all my passions.
For your traveling, have you been to any African countries?
No, not yet,
African
but
country.
yeah,
You've not been to any African country.
no, not yet.
Okay, but you're looking towards one, yeah, because we can't wait to welcome you.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been to approximately 30 countries, but they were the most European, some Asian countries, and America. Yeah, but not Africa so
Okay,
far. Yeah.
okay, okay. Thank you. Straight into importance of collaboration between the QA and the development teams. What are the key benefits of having a collaborative relationship between QA and development teams?
Uh,
What do the companies stand to enjoy?
yeah. I would say the main benefits of good collaboration between QA engineering and developers, and even other between other teams, is in the good products that is delivering to the end user, because this is our main target. This is our top priority, to deliver the high quality of the result product. And without this collaboration, it's hardly possible.
Okay. Okay. So, how has collaboration played a role in your career as a QA person, QA engineer?
Um, yeah, it really plays a crucial and a constant role, because there's no working day without collaboration with developers and with other teams. Because how can you test the feature if you don't know how it works, if you don't know what has been changed or what has not been changed within this fix or within this code improvement? So yeah, every day I start with assigning some tasks to me and looking through my priorities for this day, and analyzing if everything is clear for me. If it does, if it isn't, I am interested in the developers and asking them, let's schedule a quick call or let's have a chat because we still have an issue that I'm not very familiar about, or there are some concerns on my side that you probably missed because I can see it in our staging environment that something is not working correctly, at least as I think. Yeah, so this is like the daily routine, but very essential.
Okay. Um, can you provide an example where strong collaboration significantly improved the quality of the projects you're working on?
Yeah, for sure. So as I mentioned before, I started working for a startup company more than a year ago, and I was hired as the first and sole QA. So they didn't have any QA processes established. And of course, as a result, no collaboration between the testing side, or at least someone who does testing, maybe not QA engineers, yeah, with developers. So the processes were very poor, and when I started testing the feature, the developers, even they didn't know about it. It wasn't their habit to look through the project management system to understand what's going on with the issue that they have previously worked on. So I proposed them to have like quick sync up meetings to discuss all the details that I, as a Q engineer, should know about this feature and about what has been done within this fix. To understand if the application works correctly. And of course, they were not used to the debugging sessions. Uh, for example, when I find something that is not working, they just ignored it. But I'm also proposed to have like debugging sessions where I'm sharing my screen and even give them the remote control rights to debug what's going on with the application. And all these measures, all these new rules that I established, they helped to significantly improve the quality of the output product and the easiness and smoothness of the collaboration processes because this was a good example of how good collaboration can affect the quality of the products. We had maybe even more issues than they had it before, but these issues they were under control, and we were um, everyone aware of these issues, and we can handle them uh, in a very smooth and quick way. So yeah, it I believe it helped the product.
Okay. Thank you for giving us an actual real life example. So when it comes to this collaboration, yeah, for QAs, I think they need to have some soft skills to
Mhm.
enhance proper communication and collaboration. So, what are those skills you think QAs should have?
Um, I would say that the most important skill for QA is communication because this is the skill that you use on a regular basis. Developers, they are often not so communicative, and you need to be initiative to ask someone for a quick call, to ask someone about the details of your working issue. Uh, Also, the communication can help you to prevent some conflict situations when you disagree with your opponents. If you're a really good communicator, you can diminish these things. So, yeah, communication is crucially important for QA engineers to establish this collaboration process with developers. I would say even more important than for developers, but anyway, it's kind of only my opinion. Yeah, but also you need to be flexible because when you're a QA engineer and you find some issue, the developer can say that, oh no, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Uh, it should work how it works. You need to be persistent to push your opinion, but anyway, not to offend anyone, and maybe to hear the other person arguments and the reasons why he thinks so, and maybe you will finally understand that you were not so right, and this issue is really not so bad as as it seemed on the first time, and maybe, yeah, you should be more flexible. And even if you're wrong, that's okay. This is only the part of your working process. But if you're not flexible, if you're confronting and pushing your opinion until the end and don't hear any other's opinion, that shouldn't work for for the software developments.
Okay. Um, so in 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 a company here, in a tech team company here, there's this part where we get the developers saying they don't like QAs. There's this, should I call it beef, or some sort of always disagreement between the QAs and the developers. Have you kind of experienced a thing like that where they just don't like you? Because I don't know, it's has it been a theme for you?
You mean have I experienced such situations when they don't like me?
Yeah, like majorly they like, because you always throw bugs at them.
Yeah, I think it happens each time when I report a new bug. But yeah, I'm just kidding. Um, I would say that they didn't like me, but maybe they're just a bit annoyed by the number of bugs that I reported because talking about new features. And a startup company, when some of the development processes are not established properly, the quality of the code can vary from the developer to developer. And sometimes I faced an issue that a small feature was created by the developer, and I reported like 10 or 15 bugs because the quality of the code was very low and the basic scenarios weren't tested from their side. And that was the case when this developer told me, now I understand why everyone doesn't like you. And it was really funny, but I can't say that this wasn't truth, at least for some percent. Yeah. But
Okay,
anyway, without the QA, without the thorough approach of testing,
true.
uh, I think we wouldn't get happy
Quality
users.
products. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there wouldn't be quality products. So maybe, maybe it's time for QA to just take that as compliment moving forward. You know, they shouldn't see it
Yeah,
as they shouldn't
yeah,
see it as anything. It's just like, yeah, for quality products, I accept such compliments.
yeah, kind of.
Okay, so when it comes to leadership and management role, right? What role do leadership and management play in encouraging and supporting collaboration? In the aspect of how, by default, we know we have product management, yes, but generally there's leadership over the entire development team, or the scrum team. Yeah. So it's scrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what role do leadership and management play on the entire team to um, provide quality product out there? Because on the long run, it still affects QA, because QA is still under the scrum team.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Everyone is part of this agile team, like the QA developers, analysts, and project managers, depending on the size of the team. But yeah, leadership and management skills of each team member, and especially QA, are really, really important. Because this is like the complex mechanism where the whole software team, development team, this is like the complex mechanism where there are lots of parts, and if one of these parts doesn't work properly, the result will be much worse. And the same issue with the software development team. If let's say the QA processes are not established well, so the collaboration with other teams may suffer. But even if the processes are managed and led by good uh, professional, by a good person, there can be something on the developer's side because they don't have a team leader, or the existing developers, they don't have enough leadership and management skills to organize this process from their side to successfully collaborate with the key engineers and to deliver the meaning of what they are doing to them, and to organize the process in general. And of course, talking about the project manager, who is like the person who organizes everything in this team and follows the board, follows all the issues that are created by QAs or other teams. Without the leadership skills of this particular project manager, or even of any team member, there can be good results and there can be happy user. And this is always like the top priority.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that information with us. So I would ask this question before I ask um, one fun question, the last fun question for you. So, can you share any tips for improving collaboration skills and fostering a collaborative mindset for the queuing?
Of course, I would start with being an easygoing person, as I said, and being very initiative. I mean, you can be a good tester if you just test the feature according to the list of requirements and close this issue. That's okay, that works. But when you're a senior QA engineer, or when you're just not a tester, or you're a QA engineer, you need to think of any kind of improvements for this feature and for the processes in general. So you'd better be like very initiative to propose any improvement, to propose any improvement in the feature or in the existing processes or in the team that will result in better productivity of the whole team. Yeah, being very initiative, I think, is one of the most key factors that can foster collaboration between the teams and to establish the processes, even if they don't exist right now. This will help in the future. What else? I would say to prevent some conflict situations. If you feel like two people are not compatible with each other, or maybe you know that this developer has something on his mind that it's better not to talk about. Maybe you should prevent such situations, such topics to gain to gain the fully understanding of between two of you, and which also results in better product and in better collaboration. So yeah, this,
Okay.
these are my points.
Yeah, yeah, that was actually a great point, really. Um, so on this part, right? The QA need to know how to communicate properly to enhance collaboration between the Scrum team. So our fun question, yeah, if you were not in the QA sector, what other tech skill would you have grabbed?
Mm, um, yeah, I believe I didn't mention it in the beginning, but I'm also doing some tasks as a technical writer on my current position. Um, and it all relates to my linguistic background. And this position and this direction in the tech industry looks pretty simple and clear for me. I like it. But also, I would say that I would incline to the UI UX design, if not the QA,
Yeah.
uh, because I'm a creative person by nature, and sometimes being a QA makes me feel like lack of creativity in my work. And the UI UX designers, they're someone who creates the feature itself. They are not verifying that everything works according to the list of rules. They are creating and representing the view of how it should look like, and it looks very attractive to me.
Okay. Thank you so much. Any last words or advice for upcoming QAs, the beginners in field, the mid levels, and all? Do you have like any word of advice for them?
Yeah, just think outside of box and be easygoing people, and just love what you're doing, and everything will be good in your work. I hope I hope I could inspire you to some changes in your current position.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you very much, Valeria.
Thank you
Uh,
for inviting me today. I'm very
yeah,
really appreciate. Yeah.
yeah. So, to our listeners here, the first way to, because we have our experts here already, and the first way to start a conversation with her is by thanking her and sharing one or two things you've learned on today's episode. On LinkedIn, so you can go search for Valeria on LinkedIn, and you can start your conversation from there. So, today's episode on importance of collaboration, because collaboration is a key thing. If you miss it, the product quality would actually be affected. So that's why we are talking about it here. because you need the QA to properly test the product you're putting out there. For every company, you need a QA to do a proper testing so that you before you put your product out there for your users, your actual users to start testing, so you don't get a lot of complaints on the product.
Yeah,
Majorly. Yeah.
definitely agree with you.
Yeah, so that's why we brought Valera, who's a senior QA, to come share insights on how important collaboration is between the QA people, that's the engineers, the QA engineers, and the product team, as well as the development teams. So I'm sure and I'm very certain you've learned one or two, because I personally have learned on how collaboration is. And it's no news. The QAs also, they've accepted the fact that yes, they are wicked, they are not good. It's a compliment for them if the product quality is going to be a great one for the users to make use of. So it's high time we, the developers and the developers especially, liked their bugs and provide solutions to them. Accept rather than just keep complaining on the bugs. The goal of the QA is to ensure good quality out there. So everybody's just working hand in hand to ensure they provide quality products. It's a good one to have you, Valeria. And today is, for now, we've ended the host for the podcast session for today. And I'd love to thank the listeners for taking time to listen to us till now. Please, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so. Click the subscription button. And also for our social medias on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, kindly help us to follow. Click the follow button, like all our posts, share our posts to all of the techies you have, your friends, your foes, tell them about Tech with Hero, because it's a platform where we bring experts like Valeria to come share insights. You know, this is also like a big opportunity to meet Valeria, which you would not have. So this is what Tech with Hero does for you. So please publicize us for everyone to know what we are doing, and also follow us on our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our Spotify and Amazon podcasts, and also Amazon Music and Apple Podcast. Please do well to subscribe to all of these platforms so you can enjoy our products and services accurately. Thank you so much, Valeria, for your time. It was actually a good one and a quality time spent with you on this episode for today. So, for now, to our listeners, we say bye and expect us in our next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
bye.
Thank you.